If you've ever looked at your bank account and wondered where all your money went, this video might completely change the way you manage your finances. Because by the end of the next few minutes, you'll have a simple budgeting system that tells you exactly how much you can spend, exactly how much you should save, and exactly where your money should be going every month. No spreadsheets, no complicated apps, no tracking 50 different spending categories. Just one simple framework that can help you stop living paycheck to paycheck, start building savings, and finally feel in control of your money. It's called the 50-30-20 rule, and it might be the only budget you'll ever need as a beginner. In this video, I'm going to show you the 50-30-20 rule, a budgeting method used by millions of people around the world to finally take control of their money. By the end, you'll know exactly how it works, how to apply it to your own income, and what to do if your numbers don't fit perfectly. Because for most people, they won't at first, and that's completely fine. Let's get into it. The 50-30-20 rule was popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren. Yes, that Elizabeth Warren, in her book, All Your Worth, written back in 2005. The idea is dead simple. Split your after-tax income into just 3 buckets. 50% goes to needs, 30% goes to wants, and 20% goes to savings or paying off debt. That's it. 3 numbers. No categories for dining out versus takeout. No separate line for your gym membership versus your Netflix subscription. 3 buckets. Done. It's not perfect. No budget system is. But it's the best starting point for anyone who's never budgeted before or has failed with complicated systems in the past. Let's break down each bucket, starting with needs. Needs are expenses you literally cannot avoid. Rent or mortgage. Groceries. Not eating out, just food from the grocery store. Utilities like electricity and water. Transportation to get to work. Insurance. Minimum debt payments. These are the things that, if you didn't pay them, your life would fall apart. That's how you know if something is a need. The target is to keep this at or below 50% of your take-home pay. So, if you bring home $3,000 a month after taxes, your need should cost no more than $1,500. Next up, wants. This is everything that makes life enjoyable but isn't essential. Eating out, streaming subscriptions, clothes beyond the basics, gym memberships, hobbies, vacations, that daily coffee run. A lot of people feel guilty spending money on wants, but that guilt is the reason most budgets fail. If you build a plan that allows zero enjoyment, you'll abandon it in 2 weeks. Wants get 30% of your take-home. Using our $3,000 example, that's $900 a month for the things you enjoy. $900 is not nothing. That's room to actually live your life. The final bucket, savings and debt repayment. This is your future self's money. It includes your emergency fund, retirement contributions, extra debt payments beyond the minimums, and any savings goals, a house, a car, a trip. 20% of $3,000 is $600 a month. That's $7,200 a year going toward your financial future. If you're in debt, this bucket should focus heavily on paying it down first, especially high-interest debt like credit cards. We'll do a full video on debt strategy soon, but for now, just know this bucket is your financial momentum. Every dollar here is working for you instead of against you. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. That's great, but my rent alone is more than 50% of what I make. You're not wrong, and you're not alone. In a lot of cities right now, housing costs are brutal. If your needs are at 60 or even 65%, that doesn't mean the system is broken. It just means you adjust the other buckets temporarily while you work toward getting your income up or your costs down. The 50-30-20 rule is a target, not a prison sentence. Use it as a compass, not a cage. If you can only save 10% right now, that's still 10% more than zero. Start where you are. The goal is direction, not perfection. Here's your 3 action steps from this video. Just 3, and it takes 5 minutes. Find your last month's take-home pay. It's on your bank statement or your last paycheck. Write that number down. Now multiply it by 0.5, 0.3, and 0.2. Those 3 numbers are your budget targets for this month. Then, just for this week, look back at last month's spending and see which bucket is furthest from where it should be. That's where you focus first. You don't need an app. You don't need a spreadsheet. Just 3 numbers and one honest look at where your money actually went. That's it. Quick recap. 50% to needs, 30% to wants, 20% to savings. 3 buckets. That's your budget. Now that you know how to set one up, the next thing most people struggle with is debt. Specifically, which debt to pay off first and how to do it fast without burning out. I cover exactly that in the next video. Check it out.